I want to introduce Andi Pizzacano to you. Okay. Andi Pizzacano is Project Most site supervisor. She's a New York State certified teacher. She's taught all over. Most of her life she's taught in Hawaii, but moved back to the East Coast. And,
good choice.
You missed the snow, huh?
I want to share the wealth. You know, if everybody stayed there, the place would sink.
So Andi brings a world of experience and nurturing and love to the program here. So we're very fortunate to have her. And then at the spring school, we have a teacher who is taught at the Ross School in New York City and out here, and then came to Project Most also, Martha Stotsky. So we believe in having teachers involved as much as possible in our program. It just brings the whole level of the program to a really quality program. So we thank Andi and all the other teachers. That program is until 6 o'clock. So they're here from dismissal until 6 o'clock, but parents are welcome to come and pick up at any time in between. So some kids are really here till 6 o'clock, so they start their day here at about 8:30, and they end their day here until 6 o'clock. But you know what? The day that the parent comes to pick up at 4 o'clock, they don't want to go home. So that really tell them. Will, come over here. Tell them what you do when your mom comes to pick you up.
Once I was in Google Chrome, and me and Annika had to go to dance class, and we were just like, we don't want to. Because we had like no idea what the class was about, so we were like kind of eager to figure out what it was all about. So I'm like, no, I don't want to. Yeah, we're like, come on. We can do rehearsal next week, or who cares when? Let's just stay here.
And so, Will, what do you do when your mom comes to pick you, or your dad?
Usually, if we're doing something I like, I would always ask, can I stay? Or I want to stay. And if I don't really care if I don't like it or not, then I'll just walk out the door and get my stuff on, walk out the door, and get in the car.
But most of the time, the kids they do want to stay because you know they're doing all these really great enrichment activities. But they're also with their friends, and you know they're in a safe environment. They're in an environment that is kind of home to them since it is school-based, and it's a comfort level, and you know they love it. So they could be here till 6 o'clock every night if they wanted to.
What is something you think you really love to have as part of Project Most that maybe you have a little bit of but want more of, or is there a subject? Is there something that goes boom? Is there something that is, what would make it even better?
Gym, because part of it is canceled. So we would usually hope for gym every single day. Most of the kids, for kindergarten through 5th grade, all pretty much want gym.
Get all strong and...
We're down.
Yeah.
Is there an activity that maybe Project Most doesn't have that you like? We do have gym sometimes, we do have yoga, so is there something that you maybe don't?
Well, I'm more of a sports guy, so for me, I would probably ask for more sports if I could. Other people, I don't know, maybe.
Well, Maya just mentioned cooking classes, so and that's something that we do in our program. Art is a really big component of Project Most. We have a lot of artists and residents that come in. We have Loretta here full-time that comes in. So the boys, why don't you talk a little bit about art?
In art, we can draw. Sometimes if we already finished an art project that we can do another art project, or sometimes we do
A free draw?
Yeah. Or even we sometimes do actual we can use clay, we use paper to make paper slinky kind of alligators that you can just yeah. And yeah, we could draw whatever we want. We get specific things we should draw about, and then we draw the best we can about that specific thing.
So
sometimes we even have games about it.
So like I said, like we're really lucky because we're able to use the whole school, and we use this classroom a lot. And Miss Diamond, the art teacher here at John Marshall School, also works for us in the afternoons as one of our art teachers, and she's so wonderful to let us use her classroom. Susan is our development director for Project Most, and Susan and I collaborated on this grant, and it was to purchase Google Chromebooks for Project Most and to set up a Google Chrome lab for both John Marshall School and Spring School. And the whole idea was both school districts are using Google Books now, and it was to really mimic what they're doing during the school day. So it would be one seamless transition from, you know, using the Google Chrome lab or using the Google Chromebooks during the school day, and then coming in and using them in the afternoons. And the kids did mention computer lab, and we have access to the computer labs both at John Marshall and Springs, but this was an academic and educational based grant that we wrote. We really wanted to support what the teachers are doing during the school day, give the students the extra help that they need. And so thanks to State Farm and their Youth Advisory Board, they awarded us this grant. And we were told in September. I actually was out on maternity leave, and so when I came back, we kind of rushed and tried to get this up and going as fast as possible. So we have the John Marshall lab set up now, and then now my focus will be to set up the Spring School lab. And I do have to say that East Hampton School District setting up this lab has been amazing. Their tech department, Chuck, Luke, have been wonderful, so easy to work with. Beth Doyle is the principal here. I said to her, who's your Google guy? Who's your Google teacher? She says, Jeff Tupper. So I went to Jeff, who's a 5th grade teacher at John Marshall here, and he's been inspired by this program and just by this project. He's kind of so excited about Google and learning sort of as he goes, but he already knows so much, and so this gives him the opportunity to even grow and learn more. And so he's so excited to be teaching the kids, and so we actually opened the lab last 2 weeks ago, right before we went on the school vacation. So the goal is to put grades kindergarten through 5th grade in the lab on a daily basis, use it as one of our enrichment activities. A big part of the grant was to have community service students from the high school coming down and teaching and assisting the kids in the lab. So Susan and myself have been over recruiting kids at the high school, talking to the National Honor Society kids, the Key Club kids, and really trying to find students who would want to use this as a project for them. So we still have some more recruiting to do, but we do have a handful of students who are also excited by this. They use the Google Chromebooks at the high school and are really familiar with it, and so they're really excited to come down and kind of show these younger students about it. So this is just really exciting.
See you.
I met the mayor.
You met the mayor. Give me 5. What's your name? Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5, young man.
I'm Dermot Dolan. I'm the local State Farm agent here in the area, and it's my honor to be here today to recognize this fantastic program. With us today we have Congressman Zeldin. Thank you for being here. We have our Assemblyman Fred Thiel. Welcome, Fred. We have County Legislator Jay Schneiderman. Moving around us. And we have many other dignitaries, actually too many to mention, if that's okay. We have our town trustees.
You should mention the mayor, I think.
Oh, where is he? Where is he? Oh, okay.
I think we're near his territory.
Pardon me, Mayor Rickenbach, pardon me. So, State Farm has been involved with this project since 2006, and since then our Youth Advisory Board has been involved in making contributions totaling over $32 million to over 500 communities across the country. And it is a tremendously significant acknowledgement of the effort of the people behind Project MOST that they successfully competed for this grant this year. Only 64 programs were awarded this grant, and I know that a lot of time and effort and hard work went into to earning this accolade. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And as a result of which, we're able to present you with a check for $30,900.
Thank you to State Farm. This is really pretty amazing. And I do have to recognize Dermot, because Dermot has been a big supporter of Project MOST throughout many years, and we do appreciate that he's always involved with us. And I do have to thank everyone who came today. It's amazing to me how many people came from school administration, both from John Marshall and Spring, school board members from John Marshall and Spring, town board members, town trustee members, administrators, State Farm representatives, and just so many, and then our dignitaries. So we do appreciate everyone's support. Project MOST wouldn't be here today without everyone in this room supporting us. So it's important for the community, it's important for the children and the families who are here participating with it. So I'm going to introduce Congressman Zeldin to say a few words, please.
Well, I am very grateful to be here as well with all these students who appreciate State Farm and Project MOST for giving them this new technology that they'll be able to enjoy. It's amazing how much education has evolved over the course of the last couple of decades, where now students are able to have a whole new world of access to opportunities and ways to learn. State Farm and Project MOST is giving this particular classroom, as well as one in Springs, the opportunity to have some resources for children to grow and learn. So I'm just here to say thank you very much. It's great to join with our Assemblyman, Fred Thiel, who until very recently was my Assemblyman, this whole redistricting thing.
You were never my senator, but now you're my congressman.
And the Legislator Schneiderman and the mayor and the trustees, it's just great to see this kind of support from educators and people who just care so much about kids. This is all about the children, and now they're going to be armed with a brand new tool to excel. And if anyone ever tells you that any dream in life is not possible, I guess the best thing I can tell you is to dream big. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. Be confident. Work hard. Do your homework. Pay attention in school. Be good to your parents. But as long as you pay attention and apply yourself here in school, there's nothing that you're not capable of achieving. And State Farm and Project MOST is helping with that. So thank you.
I'd like to invite Mayor to come back to say a few words.
Project MOST. I mean, just look at the faces of the kids in the room and throughout the building that have been involved with this great after-school facility. The kids are the future of tomorrow, and I would just echo what our esteemed Congressman just said. Pay attention in school, dream big, have the greatest goal in the world, and if you work hard, believe it or not, you may just achieve that particular aspect and be a leader of tomorrow, because you folks, you youngsters are going to be the leaders tomorrow. So around the room, I just say thank you to Dermot personally, and everyone who's been involved in the program. And maybe one of you, every year now, the village and my office have recognized someone from Project MOST who becomes mayor for the day. So why don't you strive to be the mayor at some point, and we'll recognize you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Michael, give the